All right. Time for another stream, baby. Gonna keep on doing what we do in our little Italian hillside city. I've got 2 streams uploaded to YouTube also. I've got on my main channel, I made my first YouTube video a few days ago, and it is a zombie villager curing system. It is pretty sweet, if I do say so myself. Let me just pause the music for a second, and then let's check it out. Hey guys, I'm Andrew, and this is my zombie villager curing station. I created it to make lowering villager trade prices more convenient. I want to start streaming Minecraft, giving a tour of my survival world, but I need to grow this channel to 50 subscribers before YouTube allows me to do that. So I thought I'd share this contraption with you all as a starting point for this channel. With this station, I can cure 5 villagers at a time, 5 times each, in order to get the best trade. Yeah, so I slowly built this throughout my my main world. I designed it. I've been trailing villagers for a long time, and it's like the main thing I do. I mean, anytime I go off in survival, start a new world, anything, join a server, anything like that, the first thing I do is hunt out a village and immediately create some sort of convenient system to start trading with villagers. And as soon as you can get your hands on a lot of gold, you'll be able to cure them 5 times each and just get super low trades. And a lot of like where I build and a lot of the reason I like building cities and converting villages into cities is because I like trading with villagers. And so I over time I've just kind of perfected this process where I got this system down and ended up with this. Basically in those dispensers is weakness arrows, and you don't have to worry about harming the villagers because the weakness arrows, every time a villager is cured, it restores its health bar. So whether you use a potion or an arrow, doesn't really matter. And if you've beat the dragon and you've got lingering potion, then making the arrows is going to be more of a conservation of your resources, your potion resources. And yeah, so there you can see I got the 30-second ones. You can just do the 11-second ones. But this is like the perfect system for for if you have a villager breeding area and then you have a villager holding area, to bring your villagers in to the system and then out. This is going to be like, I think I've looked at all the other villager curing areas that are on YouTube, and this one's like the most efficient as far as bringing them in on a cart and bringing them out. And the primary like factor being they go through the mud up here at the top. So up here, as each slot gets filled, it pushes another powered rail out on top of the mud. And the coolest trick about this system that I've built is that because the mud is not a full block, when the villager crosses over the last powered rail, it drops down into one of the slots. And this is the best system for lining up villagers in a row. Whether you're going to use potion or, like I do, use the arrows, the weakness arrows, this is the best system for getting the villagers in a row and having your main zombie that's always kept there curing all of the other villagers in a line. And also not just that delivery process into the area, but the leaving, when you leave the area down here, this trapdoor, you press this button and this trapdoor flips up and lets the villagers down. And for some reason in this screenshot right here, I don't have the detector rails, but if you put a direct detector rail right here, 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 and here, and this is your holding station, this is where you're going to keep each of your villagers over here, then as the villagers pass over, the track will flip and allow the next one through. Basically optimizing delivery into and out. Here we go. This is where I put them down. Yeah, so if you put detector rails like that, you'll see what happens right here. He's gonna pass by this one, and you'll see this track flip right here. Boom, right? So as each villager leaves, you can just bring them into their cells, break this rail right here, and start placing workstations. So if you're like if you're in end game, if you're in the end game of Minecraft and you're looking for a way to just manage your villagers, like let's say you want to cure a bunch of masons and just get all of the terracotta trades, or you want to cure a bunch of fletchers and get all of the enchanted all of the potion arrow, every single potion arrow, Turtle Master arrow, slowness arrow, poison arrow, and you want to get all that stuff, and you just want to collect every villager, this is going to be the best way that I, in my opinion, exists. It's why I designed it, because there wasn't a system that existed that brings the villagers in and brings them out as easily as this one does. So, anyway, I thought I'd show it on stream because I'm super proud of it. Here's everything you'll need to build it. And then, of course, I go into the tutorial of building it all out. And this isn't something I'm just trying to like promote. I mean, I genuinely think this is the perfect development for anybody that likes trading villagers as much as I do. And geez Louise, right now it's only at 64 views, which is, I don't need to be the most popular guy in the world or anything, but check it out. I think you'll like it. Hey, I'm gonna like my own video. Check it out. I'm super proud of it. Well, I mean, proud of it or not, I use it. I'll go right now in my own survival world and show you exactly how I've built it in my world. And something fun we could do is even build it at this new Italian base. Hey, there goes Iron Golem. Something we could do is actually build it at this base. Before I go show you that, while I was off stream, I put some rocks. I was building some rocks down in the water right here. And the reason that came to be was I was trying to take a screen cap of the new tower we built right here for uploading to YouTube. And the water was like so boring in the screen cap that I was like, I need some rocks down there in the water, Anyway, I might put some on the shore just to match. But let me go show you where I built that villager curing station at my main base. In fact, I haven't even shown my main base on stream yet, so let me go show you my main base. for the first time on stream, this is where I started out. I happened to, I didn't like carefully choose this seed or anything like that. I spawned into the world in a snow biome. Didn't choose the seed or anything. I spawned right over here. And yeah, okay. I said, you know, let's do a freaking oh god, I don't have my weapons. Okay, let's do a, you know, a snow. Let's build a snow city. Let's build a snow base, you know what I mean? I spawned right over there. Look like I always be catching, look, these are my guards to the city. I always be catching zombie villagers. My god, I'm just stationed everywhere because I just love catching them. I like going out at night and just catching them. So this was my starter base right here. This was it. This is the first house I built in this world before any of this other city existed. Built a little campfire, put a little redstone block just to face north because I kept forgetting which way was north. And check it out. This is what my first starter house looked like. You know, got all the basics. Got a little basement down here for, you know, growing vines and netherwort. And a little enchanting area over here. Oh, look. I've never been decorating again. Yeah, the reason I've got moss and cobble and stuff is because I was building those rocks in the water. So this is my first starter house that I built. The first thing I built. There was not a village here. Usually I would seek out a village and center my base around a village. Even starting out, I would go search one out before really setting up much of a starter base. I certainly would usually build my first city around a village, but I didn't. And the reason I didn't is because there was an igloo right over here. And I love villagers, so that was a big issue. So I came over here and I saw that it had the villagers in the basement. You know, some igloos have the villagers in the basement, some don't, and it had a basement. And you can see I've mined it out to get the villagers out. Ended up taking those villagers over here. So check it out. This is the first flyover. First flyover of my starter city. And check out that little hilltop base. Little ice farm over here. Cool little gothic turret on the corner. And then super proud of these other turret designs. Decided to put little fireballs like floating above them. I don't know. That's just a mystical little touch. Yeah, so this is the first time I'm showing my starter base like on stream. Super proud of it. I started kind of striping the edges of the walls with moss, like little vines of moss going up, and I even did like a green window pane. Did a little bit more of that over here, but I didn't do the other sides of the castle. Also did some mossy cobble, but you can see like the other sides of the castle, I just never got to them. They're like very plain over here, but they would be like super dope if I did the moss and mossy cobble also. Just never got around to it before I got bored of building here. But you can see I did quite a lot. I love these turrets. Check out these turrets. It's the trapdoors. And it gives this cool like look when you're looking at it from far away of like a, I don't know, man. It just gives this, it has a cool vibe to it. It was one of them happy accidents. You know, I wanted it to be thin coming up. These little peaks, these little you know, claws. I want them to thin out coming up, and the only way to really do that, I thought, you know, trapdoors, and I love it, man, love it. And this turret took some designing. It took me like 3 tries to get the top to where I liked it. Pretty plain though. I just used tough bricks. And it doubles as one of these rocket puff shooters. So coming from my starter house, I then built a chicken coop and started laying out farms. This used to be have a ton of chickens. It's kind of a design of my own that I made where when a chicken lays an egg, it shoots an egg out. And when the egg grows up, it suffocates. I think there's like a, yeah. So the egg would get shot up into here. And once the baby chicken grew up, it would suffocate into that block. And the reason I did that instead of lava is because I wanted the raw chicken so I could trade it with villagers. So I built the starter base, I built the chicken coop, laid out the farms, and then I went and got those villagers from the igloo and built this house where I did my villager breeder. Couple farmers. Gave them some good trades. You know, I always like to give them the carrot and potato trade if I can. And then the babies run off the edge right here, and they drop down into here. Underneath it is my sugarcane farms. Sorry, should I muted for that? And at first, I just planted the breeder. I ended up making the track that goes up to the hillside castle up there, which I'll show you soon. Actually, I can show you it now because actually, as soon as I built the starter house and the chicken coop and the villager breeder, I started working up. I decided I wanted this to be. I decided that I didn't want my villagers to be right next to my base. I wanted to like separate them a little bit to lower lag as much as possible. And add it for a second. Yeah, so I decided I would bring the villagers up onto the hill that was over here. Also super proud of this little hilltop, little area up here. And so as soon as you click to release one of the villagers from the breeding area, it'll take a track underneath the earth down, and they'll pop out right here. And I'll hit this track, and then here we go. So this is where I built the villager breeding, the villager curing station for the first time. I had kind of tinkered with it on a public server, kind of begun the design, and even more after I built this, I actually perfected it a little bit more in the tutorial that you just saw. Down here where all the tracks turn, this I finalized as I was making the video. Actually, I'll show you. Because if I come under here, you'll see it doesn't turn. It like drops down and they catch on this, and then they go. But there you have it. That's what it looks like, and they can't see me. If I want them to see, if I want the guy on the left, the permanent guy, to kill and convert the other guys back into zombies, the zombies cannot see me in order for that to happen. So I put this glass up, and then so after they're cured, again with the weakness arrows and the golden apples, which there's none in there right now, they pop out here, and I can guide them to. Oh, hello. Let's see if he's got anything good. Oh, I already traded with him. Yeah, and then I populated this whole place. Of course, I did my um, I did my librarians first. Got one right off the bat with mending and soak touch, and because I had my handy villager curing station, I got them down to 1 emerald each. That's the best part about it. I've got pretty much every single book trade in here. And later on, I needed some different book trades. So I ended up putting like I needed power and channeling and riptide, and then I needed protection and featherfall and punch. And yeah. And then another one of the best parts of having a bunch of librarians and put all this away. One of the best parts of having a bunch of librarians. My pick go. Did I throw it? Oh shoot, I think I threw it. Hold up. God. L. There it is. Oh my god, that was a close call. I remember accidentally pressing a button wrong over there. Okay. So the best part about having a bunch of librarians and geographers is free emeralds. So I can come down this line. Not only can I get a bunch of free emeralds, I can mend all of my gear and tools. And because all these villagers have been put through the zombie villager curing station, all their trades are down. Well, this protection isn't. I ended up getting another protection. Anyway, focus. Convert them into glass panes and then come down the line here. And you basically get an extra stack, I think, of emeralds every single time you do this. And you can do this like 3 times per Minecraft day. And you also get a bunch of levels. And even though these villagers these are old geographers, they don't have the trial chambers books or maps, but you also get trial chambers maps and ocean monument maps and woodland mansion maps. I believe all these guys have, yeah. So there we go. I had, yeah, see, I've got an extra stack of emeralds from doing that. Each time you do that, you get an extra stack. One huge advantage of having the zombie villager curing station. So that's why I built it. Makes all this super convenient if you're like a big villagers guy like I am. So that's what it looks like in my survival world. I showed that at the end of the video also. Yeah, and it's on my channel, Meandaroo. Meandaroo is the name of the channel. So just like my account here. So definitely check that out when you get a chance. And yeah, so let's do the tour. Since we're here, let's do a little more of the tour. I think easily my favorite thing about this is the villager station. I don't know. I just love that it like fits so aesthetically on this hilltop. I love these sections right here. The way it almost looks like the front of a boat, the way that the patio like juts out. That was really tedious to build because I had to like be hanging off these cliffs while I did it, especially this one. But once I built one, I think this was the first one I built over here. Once I built this one, I was like, oh my god, that's sick. I gotta build that all the way around. That's one of my favorite parts of that. This is another, oh yeah, and then this became my first storage room. And laid out a map of the whole place. Got my enchanting room back here. And there's the dragon egg. And this is right below where the villager curing thing is. Also, there's another room like up here that like I never go to because it's so hard to get to. But yeah, a little nook up here. No real use to it. And then little launcher right there. I built the ice farm pretty early just because I figured like since I was gonna be here all the time, I might as well like get a bunch of ice while I'm doing it. Since I'm gonna live in a snow biome, let's build the ice farm like early on, just to like have it producing ice all the time. This is a carrot and potato farm that the villagers, operate. I believe there was a wheat farm element to it, but it ended up working out. So yeah, it ended up just being carrots and potatoes. But little trick that I learned is you can put a fence gate under the ground. Let's see if I can show it. Yeah, see, there's the lead. You can put a fence gate underneath the ground, and then you can just have polar bears and like foxes and rabbits just hanging out. Without running out the front. So I put those around. A couple foxes over here. There and there. The sugarcane farm spits out up here. You already saw that below the villager breeder. And so that's some of the more like operational functional elements of this place. But then I started just building like aesthetically. I decided I wanted like a whole village down here. So I just started building houses. All of these houses that you see are just for aesthetic. And I'll take you through them because they're pretty cool. First one I'll take you through is this little mini church right here. I was gonna make him like the pastor up here or something like that, but I never got around to it. Back behind it is like a little library chambers and a little tower. Yeah, with a little cross on top. I'm not religious, but you know, just something fun to build. Over here is Dick's General Goods and Armory. And there's Dick. He's a rowdy guy. He's very giddy. He's always just very, very giddy, I've learned. Basically, always excited about something. Very talkative fellow. Don't know why the glass is... But I'm gonna fix that. Yeah, he's got his, Dick's got a bunch of specialty items. He's got dragon heads, mob heads, some rare fauna, flora. Got a bunch of decorated pots that he got from the corners of the world. Got a little armory and weaponry stand over here where you can buy various goods. You can read the books. You can check out the books. Oh, that book's blank. Okay, Dick, you got a blank book over here. And then he's got his little upstairs chamber. I decided. He needs a place to sleep. He lives above his own shop. So I gave Dick this little room to sleep in. He eats pickles. He really likes pickles, apparently. And so that's Dick's Armory and General Store. We got a graveyard right here. And the graveyard holds a secret. Got a cool little totem statue right here, but this is the secret. In the graveyard is a skelly farm. Had to do it. Once I found this skelly farm down here, I was like, oh my god, let's make a graveyard directly above it. An incredible location. Lucked out big time. They gonna spawn? Any day now, skellies. There we go. I think if you put stairs at the end here, they won't do that, where they stay on the edge. And there they are. And all their stuff gets collected down there. And yeah, that's right below the graveyard. Freaking perfect, right? This is how I designed headstones, just 2 rows of stone fences. I did a little frozen creek going through it with a bunch of rocks along the edges. I built this before I did the castle wall. Just a little horse stables. So when I did the castle wall, I just made the castle wall like go over it. So you can actually exit the city through here and be in another kind of outside horse stables. A little nifty. Then getting back to some of these houses here. These are just little cottages. I think this drops down to the basement. Oh, this is the mob farm. I thought there was a mob farm here. Anyway, like it's just a little house. This is like a little storage house. Just for supplies. And then over here we get to the more like advanced houses. These are where like the richer towns citizens live. Pretty proud of this building. I worked for quite a while in this building. A little 3-story Victorian kind of vibe. I love the gradient here. That was a total accident, I think. And the roof is modeled after the Snow Village roof. If you've ever seen a Snow Village, there's one over here. The roofs of the Snow Village are like that. They're made out of these big, bulky roofs. See? So that was definitely a vibe that I was going for with those three houses. You can see it with these two and then with this one. And this one's just another little house. Oh, no. This one's more of like a little... more of like a pub vibe. This also goes down to the mob farm, I think. But then, yeah, here these two are pretty advanced. This one, you come in, little nook on the bottom floor. They've visited Dick's Goods, you can see. Cool little fireplace. Upstairs, like a little enchanting area in the bedroom. Chest of drawers, you can see. That's kind of a cool little design right there. And then the third story is just to kind of walk out on the balcony, the roof up here. So you can kind of come back here and see the full thing in all its glory. And then this one, I'll actually approach this one from the other side to be entered from. I decided to try out the new mangrove wood. I found a mangrove biome like near here, and I'd never built with that wood before. And I actually initially was going for a barn. I was like, you know what? Maybe the mangrove, because the planks are red, maybe it would make a cool barn. Ended up using stairs for a lot of it. Huge waste of wood, but had to do it. And as I built it, I was like, that doesn't look like a barn, you know? Maybe if I had done white instead of the wood here, but as I put that wood here, I was like, oh my gosh, this looks cool. This is cooler than a barn. This is going to be a house. So it turned into another house. And you can see a little seating area and another fireplace down here. And then I was like, you know what? This is going to be the blacksmith's house. So I built this blacksmith, like, it reminded me of like the Skyrim forge, you know? The Sky Forge. I think I originally put lava up here, but it started lighting the tree on fire. So I ended up putting the lava area like down here. You got a cauldron that will automatically refill with the whole drip system here. Cool little light and a copper roof. And then coming upstairs, you got the blacksmith's sleeping quarters. You got a little Bluetooth speaker, because, you know, all blacksmiths from the 1700s have Bluetooth speakers. He wears the same green outfit every day, apparently. He sleeps in his little green bed with his little green pillows. Little patio out the front. And so there you go. Those are all the buildings like in the city. And you can see I kind of just built them around what I already had. I had the veggie farms here, and I'm still not sure about this glass, this yellow glass here in the middle of the city. It kind of throws off the whole vibe, to be completely honest. I'm aware of that, but some things just don't want to take the time to change. Or I didn't. And kind of a boring castle wall. It's just a square. But kind of houses like a little sleeping area in each one. Where the soldiers can kind of rest in between their shifts. So yeah, that's the main village area. One more flyover. And then we'll head up here. So we already saw this a little bit. The villagers are in here. This little cute area here. And the storage area. And then out back I started building this, but I just never fell in love with it. There was kind of this cliff structure over here. And you can see I just kind of built on top of it. And at first it was just stone that I had kind of laid out. And I was like, what block palette do I want to do, you know? Ended up going with the quartz. A little bit of prismarine and the copper. And ended up incorporating the yellow terracotta into it all. And I kind of love it, and I kind of am not into it. It was going to become its whole area with another castle wall along this snow line that I laid out. You can kind of see where I laid out the line. That was going to be the castle wall, and then I was going to build like more structures inside of it, especially like on that peak right there and around the lake right here. And I just got bored with this area. And what I did was I just wandered off. I was like, you know what? I'm starting over. And I wandered off and started the Italian village. Chill out, dude. What the hell? All noisy over here. Got a little mud farm. Little moss farm up here. Little honey farm over there. And that's basically all it is. This leads up into the basement. And zombies kept coming up here, so I had to put it preventative. And this is below the storage room. So when I ran out of storage up here, I built a second storage room down here. And this is how I access my super smelter. So yeah, that's everything. I got bored here, and I decided, you know what? Let's go start completely over. Let's leave all of our shulkers here, and let's go wander off into the wilderness, and find a village, and start over. And I left everything here, except for like a little bit of food, just enough food to get me like a few thousand blocks away. And I apologize. I didn't go to the Italian village. I went to Sandu. Meanderu? Misandu. I found a mesa biome, and I was like, yeah, let's build in a mesa biome. So this is, I'll take you to my second base. This is where I wandered off to and started over again. I've started over twice since I started this world. First time was at this mesa base I'm about to show you. Second time was at the Italian village. You can kind of see the map of it already. We're right here. Hello, little guys. Little scoot farm. Drop their scoots off down here. So I can get plenty of dog armor. And so this was my second starter base. It was actually just this little building right here was my second starter base. I just crammed everything into one little tiny 9x9 area, 9 block area. Nothing up here apparently. I need more rockets. One sec. So this was my second starter base, and I started this mine right here that led to some caving systems, enchanting area, another portal, brewing area. And then what I decided is I'm gonna do Tatooine. I built these structures and I was like, they're giving me Tatooine vibes. I'm gonna go full Star Wars Tatooine, Luke Skywalker home. Came over here, built a few more of these same structures. Really need to put a beacon here. Oh, there is a beacon. Built a few more of these little structures. Nothing special about them. Just different heights. Super simplistic, but I really like it. I built one on here, which is totally Monument Valley inspired. That little thing up there. And then, here we go. We got Tatooine right over here. Luke Skywalker's home right in here. And you'll probably see it as soon as I come down. Stand on the edge. You see it? This is where Luke Skywalker was born. Or that's not true. This is where he was raised. Little orphan boy. So yeah, I decided to just go full Skywalker. Kind of make it look as much like his home as I possibly could. And then this is kind of the living quarters over here. Little dining room table. Little sleeping area with a dragon rug. And black candles, which are freaking so cool. If you've never seen the black candles before. Freaking sick, dude. Got a list of stuff I never got done. Well, I did get some done. Just not here. I was gonna build a hover cruiser. Didn't get around to it. That would have fit in nicely here. And then these are like where this is my storage area, which is great because you can color code everything. I really need to do that again sometime. I was gonna do a sniffer farm in here and never got around to it. Let's go. This is a little secret walkthrough to the front. This goes back into the living quarters. This goes to another nether portal. Little, I was gonna actually have a spaceship in here and never got around to it. Just grew a little mango tree. Again, I got bored of this area. Little statues in each of the corners. Like a wolf. Like a little derpy guy. Another little derpy guy. Yeah, and I like doing the stripe around. Each of them has like a stripe around. Terracotta stripe. These just kind of go nowhere. They're just kind of nothing. Anyway, that's Tatooine. Yeah. So I quickly got bored of this one too. There is actually a trial chambers, and the first Time I found it, I went through some caving systems that lead this way, which is why this is all lit up. Tiki torch, kind of a tiki torch design here. And I think I made a quick way down into the trial chamber right over here. Yeah. So this was my first trial chamber. Where I made my first breeze farm. Oh, and I think it's a baby zombie farm. Actually. Oh, I think there's 3. Well, let me activate the 3rd one. There it is. And you can sneak up over here and get them all like this. I later improved upon this design. This was just the first one I ever built. So yeah. It's the first trial chamber that I found. After wandering off into the wilderness and starting this base. Oh, jeez. Scared the shit out of me. So, after I got bored with this... oh, jeez, Louise. Holy mobs. I got kind of bored with the whole Tatooine idea because I would prefer like a more original design. That was my mistake. It's kind of cool, but I got bored and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go wander off into the wilderness once more. And that's when I found the Italian. That's when I found the village in the valley that I would turn into the Italian village that I've been working on now. Which this should actually take us back to it. Shortcut. Oh, you can see my end farm. My end farm design. Pretty simple. And here we are. And so I wandered off into the wilderness and I found this. At first, it was just a hillside village. Villagers always excite me to work with. I've said this already 5 times on this stream. And parked my storage room right in this little wall right here. It kind of overlooked the village before these structures were here. And here we are, till this day. Did not get bored with this one. Or at least have not yet. I've built a whole lot more here than I have the others. This was basically a blank palette. You can see how there's not even many trees. All the trees you're seeing in this cluster here, I planted. There was just the cherry blossom trees on the hillside up there. And you can see it's just super barren, and I just saw like so much potential. I just felt like I could do anything here. And I love it when those Italian villages spread out over a hill. Show you one right now, actually. Like that. And I saw this in my head. What we're looking at right now, it was in my head when I saw this valley. And I said, you know what? That's what we're doing. And here I am working on it. And now that I'm seeing that picture, actually, there's more round buildings than I have. Look at all these round structures here, 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 here. Mine are all square. Although I do have this and this new one that I've just built. So in the last stream, we built this little tower down here. And we're going to build another one here. So that will add some circular structures to the mix. But I still feel like, you know, maybe like this building down here should be circular. Maybe I could convert that one into a little circular. Yeah, that'd be kind of fun. Convert this little corner building into a circular structure. That'd be nice. And in one of my previous streams, I gave a tour of this whole place, so feel free to go check that out. Kind of showed what's in each building. And you can see over here, I've laid out this entire area to be built. But I haven't built any of it yet. Just slowly expanding. So that could be what we do next. I kind of feel like also working on this other tower now. And I was thinking I would do... Where'd that guy go? Oh, let's see what this guy has. I'll take some lily pads. I'll buy your flowers. I'm emerald rich. I'll buy some flowers. Sure, I'll buy some podzol for way too much money. So there we go. Oh, rooted dirt. Yeah. And here we are to present day. So you've seen all of my bases now. All 3 bases that I have in my forever world here. And my little perch up here, where I like to observe my progress. So yeah, I was thinking, you know, I've got... Oh yeah, one little thing I wanted to do is... Oops. Up there. I kind of this bridge is like too yellow for me. I feel like if I do a flourish of white going through it, that might be cool. The way we've got this yellow palette here, we've got this white palette here. Now imagine a flourish of white like coming through like this, and then that far corner over there also making that white. And the only example that I have of this is right here. So the way that it transitions here from yellow to white, that's what I'm thinking on this bridge here. A big problem with it is that I don't really have a smooth white block to go to do stairs. I've just got the diorite stairs. But we could try it. Ain't no harm in trying. Let me go get my building blocks. Continue. We'll attempt that. Make that bridge a little less boring. Gonna need this, this, this. This. So first thing I was thinking is like this little stretch right here. Oh, I need regular diorite. There it is. Oops. See, why doesn't powder turn into concrete by just tossing it in the water? That doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? It should be the way it is. I've just decided. I don't know, this might look awful. Oh, Louise, that was terrifying. Never heard that before. See how we're gonna do this. Hey, does that look good or terrible? Actually, that looks kind of good from far away. Actually, I don't know. It's really hard to tell, to be completely honest. Kind of looks terrible. I mean, if you didn't, I feel like if I did enough of it along the bridge, it would look good though. But just one stretch of it kind of looks a little odd. Yeah, I mean, it's again like if you committed to it, I feel like it would be kind of interesting. It's definitely not as terrible as when I first saw it. And especially if I kind of kept it going down here. Did like Graham. I heard you burping behind me. Yeah. That's gonna look good. Jeez. I think the whole pillar needs to be in that palette. So this number. Yes. Go. Bunch of burpers around here, dude. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, I like it. It's pretty crazy to just kind of warp one palette. Gonna warp one into the other willy-nilly, but I mean, it kind of works. And now I feel like it needs to be a little bit on the other side. But like starting up here. Like it's brushing across. Like if you come back over here and then look at it like that, it's like brushing across the whole thing instead of just one side of it. As you can only faintly see, but I feel like this works if you're, and then if you, what's the effect of walking across it like? Yeah, not terrible. It definitely makes it better than just being like a boring flat yellow on the whole thing. If you can do the flourishes in the right place, like maybe another one in this corner down here. Then it breaks it up kind of nicely. Let's try and get this going a little bit. Definitely a little wild for sure. But it makes it less boring than this just flat, harsh yellow bridge. Actually, the bridge looks pretty cool up close because you see all the texture, but far away it just looks like a yellow kind of blob. Okay. Then that's what it looks like from this side. It's kind of weird, but only I feel like only up close, like from a distance, it's gonna break up all the yellow. Yeah, for sure. And then if I could do like this entire corner, like bring the flourish like here through here. Oop. Oh jeez. Oh, jeez. And then here. And then here. So it's like a flourish that like goes through even like all the way over to here. So imagine it just kind of like swooping through, and like all this from here to here is white. Yeah. That's gonna work. Yep, that's what we're doing. Making this bridge less boring. Starting out with this top rail here. Easiest thing to just whip up and change. Yeah, and you can already see it now. Kind of just breaks it up. Have any more diorite in here? Nope. Oh shoot! I totally forgot the music. Put music on the stream. Forgot to start it after I played the video. Oops. Okay. We'll see if I can get up there with the little flying trick. There we go. Last one here. Okie doke. Got going on. Need some slabs here. If this looks good right here, kind of. Not really, but again, there's no like options for stairs that aren't the cobble that go with this palette. Yep, that looks good. I like that a lot, actually. I like that a lot more than the other side for some. Or maybe I'm just getting used to it, but yeah, I really like that. Yeah. Man, this is coming together. This one's coming together way better. Oh, I'm out of smooth dye, right? Where are they? Yeah, dude. Let me do a flyover of that real quick. That's definitely gonna break up. Yeah, that's actually kind of cool. I feel like it needs another flourish over here still. Haven't even finished that one, but like this corner. From here, and then this over here. So like this whole end section. Turn it all white. And then I feel like you break up the yellow enough that this bridge isn't just totally yellow from like flying in from a distance. Well, there should be a stair up here. Or not. No, on there. Let's keep working on this over here. Really like that right there. That looks really nice. Oh, I was experimenting with buttons on this here. Didn't end up going with those. Or maybe I should have. Oh, look, and I did the little fences on those. I'm pretty sure I forgot to do those on the other side over here. Yeah, I did. Oh well, they're not pivotal by any means. Oops. Oh, now I've got way too much stuff in the inventory. Yeah, unfortunately, the only options for stairs in this entire palette is those cobble, so what we're working with. I don't think these need to be here. Taking them all down. I don't really think they are ever even going to be noticeable. Happy accident there. Boom. Yes. And this here. Yeah, like that. Probably should have brought the tuff down here. Yeah, I like that. Looks good. But the tuff wouldn't even be seen much because it'll be underwater. Okay, let me just work on this a little bit. Let me place these first. Disrupt all that. Something like that. Place this one. Yeah. I'll do. Yeah. That. Even though I'm probably never gonna see most of this. Gotta do it. And then the crowning piece is up here. I hear you. Fooling around, burping. Okay, let's give a step back. Check out what's going on with a flyover. See how this is going. It's no longer just a yellow bridge. That's what we wanted, right? To change both these lantern pillars. I mean, it's something. It's certainly a little less boring. It's certainly a little more interesting. And I don't hate it, so that's a big deal. There we go. And then I guess I should do this last one too. Need one more diorite fence. Okay. Now we can step back. Yeah, I like it. Certainly breaks it up. It makes it seem like the bridge has been kind of eroded into yellow instead of it just being this flat, boring yellow bridge that's kind of glaring. Looks like some birds shit all over it, which at least gives it an interesting appeal, at the very least. Yeah. I like it. All this stuff is supposed to go in this chest, but none of it fits. So I'm gonna take that. Well, I guess. Guess we can put all this away somewhere else. Need more diorite in there. Go visit the storage room real quick. Just drop some of that off. Oh, jeez. First time that's happened, surprisingly. I need more diorite in here. Bing, bing, boom. Look at oak. There we go. The bridge is a little less boring. We got some rocks down there. I don't know how much actually coloring this bridge helped anything. be completely honest. But I had fun doing it. Yeah. I like it. I think I'll probably stream again tomorrow and start working on some of these buildings. Probably this tower. I really want to get this tower started. And that tower will probably be yellow. Okay, let's get back to our perch and just see, even though it's raining. Oh, jeez. Even though it's raining, we'll see kind of how our city is looking. Yeah. Yeah, I think that the white flourishes on the bridge are not terrible, for sure. This city's slowly coming together. Yeah, I certainly like the striped white and yellow bridge more than the boring all yellow bridge. And this building over here, if we want to turn it into a circular building, we could just take off the corners and put a rounded top on, and then it will look a lot like this one right here. We could pretty easily add more rounded buildings just by, at least with this one, taking the corners off and just putting the round top that's on this one on that. Maybe even like making it a little taller. Which makes sense to me because it's sticking out into the water like that. It's like a little bit of a lookout. And while I'm at it, it would almost be nice to put another circular structure like right here. Yeah, I'm gonna lay that out real quick actually. Do I have any stone in here? Go get some stone. Structure like that. Coming up. Yeah. Maybe a little bit too small. Yeah, it's too small. But actually, maybe not. Maybe it's not too small. Honestly, it could be another tower just like one of these. Nah. No, no, no. Get out of here, punk. Who do you think you are? Yeah, more like... So if we made it a little wider, or a 5. Look at that. Yeah, that's it. One, two, three, like that. Make it come up to like here. Yeah, something like that. Let's see. If the roof was right there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, I like that a lot. That's great. Yeah, that's perfect. Shut it. Always be burping down here. You guys. Zip it. There we go. So yeah, we can work on that. There's another structure to work on. Yeah, I like that a lot, actually. That really does something. And do a round roof on it like this one here. Okay. Just a short stream today. Added a little flourish on the bridge. Streaming morning and night. It's a stream. I'm going to be doing it a lot. Pretty psyched about this place. It's one of the biggest, well, it's one of the most expansive cities I've ever done. And if you want to see some of the big cities I've done, go and check out my Meanderoo 2, which is where I'm uploading the streams on YouTube. You're gonna be my 4th subscriber. And you can see this one. The thumbnail says it all. They're 3 insane builds that I did on a server. And definitely worth checking out. That's for sure. Oh, I didn't even show it. Okay, there it is. Yeah, so go to Meanderoo 2 on YouTube, and you can see I went on the public server I used to play on, which is a ghost town now, but it was still operating. Someone's still paying for it and maintaining it. So I got to show these 3 epic cities that I built. Spent a ton of time on that server, all in survival. All in survival. And this one is just another addition to it. This is just the newest epic build I'm working on, and you're getting to watch it one building at a time. How I think it through, all that jazz. Just playing Minecraft, just building. The best thing to do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm doing it. I'm gonna be doing it like every day, every other day, as often as possible. In the morning and in the evening. So subscribe, follow, and I'll see you next time. Love ya. Meanderoo, signing out.